Today, I'm breaking down the exact sales process that I use to sell across the GCC, from the first conversation all the way through to closing the deal. This is not a typical framework. It's not a rigid methodology. This is the system that I've developed after closing deals across the UAE, Saudi, Qatar, and Oman. And this is typically in industries where buying cycles are complex. They are very much relationship-led. So let's get into it. The first step in the Gulf isn't presenting your solution. The first step is understanding whether there is even a problem that is worth solving. And in this region, people won't always tell you up front what the actual problem is. You have to listen for it. Ask questions like, what's the biggest challenge your team is facing this quarter? What's slowing you down internally? If nothing changes, what's the cost of doing nothing? In this way, you're not trying to pitch. You're trying to uncover the pain that they actually care about. And once they feel understood, trust starts to form. And in this region, nothing moves without trust. In the Gulf, timing matters more than urgency. They may love your solution, but if the internal timing is not right, nothing will move. So drop questions like, what does your timeline look like internally? Is this something you're trying to solve now, or is it a Q4 decision? And the answers that they give you will start to tell you everything. Because typically a yes, but not now is still a real opportunity, but just not now or today. And understanding their timing also lets you stay patient without disappearing and confident without being pushy. This is where most salespeople lose deals. They pitch features the client already has, or they assume gaps that don't exist. In the GCC, many organizations use outdated tools, but they are loyal to them. Others are using multiple systems, but none of them talk to each other. So ask, what tools are you using today? What's working well and what isn't? Your goal isn't to replace everything they use. Your goal is to understand where you fit within the ecosystem. And again, that kind of clarity builds trust instantly. Trust is the center of the entire process. Everything else is secondary. Trust here shows that you listen, you're consistent, you follow through, you don't disappear, you respect the culture, you do not rush. And if they trust you, they will open up about their internal blockers. They will tell you their priorities, they'll share the politics behind the scenes, and they'll overall move faster. And trust is the accelerant, not pressure. Look, authority in the Gulf is not always obvious. The person you're speaking to may be a decision influencer, but might not be the decision maker. And people won't always correct you if you assume the wrong thing. So instead of asking, are you the decision maker? Try and ask them who else should be part of this discussion so that the decision is more smooth on your end, or who typically signs off on solutions like this. This will get you the truth without sounding aggressive or disrespectful, and it saves you from weeks of circular conversations. Here's the nuance. Talking budget too soon breaks trust, but talking budget too late slows down the deal. So once you've understood the need, the timing, and authority, you can gently ask, how do investments like this get budgeted internally? Or is this something you've already have kind of budgets allocated for? And this isn't about price, it's not about process. Is there a budget? Does it need approval? Does it need a business case? Does it need a board meeting? If you know all of these obstacles early on, it will help you navigate politely and also strategically. So that's the framework that I use across the region. You identify a real problem, clear timing, you understand what tools they use, you build the trust, you know who is the ultimate decision maker, and you're able to identify budget obstacles early on. And simply, I think this is a very effective way of doing sales here in the GCC, because again, over here, it's not about pressure, it's about clarity, patience, and trust. Hit subscribe, drop a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.